I had been praying for a team, first of all, and that has run as fast as I can run. People tell me, Kathy, do you ever sleep?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
You're in good company.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Be Life Changers. I am your host, Kathy Coates, and I'm excited to have you back with us today because I'm going to talk about something that's super important to me and one of my favorite words, and that is collaboration. We're going to be talking about collaboration and how important it is when we drop thinking we can do it all by ourselves and incorporate each other and the power within it. So I am here at JT Visuals without the I because they are definitely more than meets the eye. Just check this studio out. I have so much fun every time I come in here. They are so professional and everything comes out crisp and clean. I love, this is when I talk about the power of collaboration. They are who I collaborate with because I am able to step in here, record a podcast, and walk out and be able to go back to doing my job, serving my community, and working on my business and in my business without having to worry at all. So it is wonderful to have that happen. So I absolutely love it. So welcome, ladies.
Thank
welcome
you.
to JT Visuals. Welcome to Be Life Changers, where we talk about real people, real stories, and a real change. And you two ladies are making a real change right here in the community. I am honored to have you back on my podcast. I wanted to come together with us all being together just because I know that the word collaboration is just as important to you as it is me. So let me introduce you. This is Monique Lewis over here with Most Sophisticated Events.
Hello, hello.
And then I have Ann Wisdom with Business with Wisdom on the podcast with us today.
Yes, hello.
And so we are going to jump right into this topic today about collaboration. And so let's first talk and let everybody know kind of how we met. And we just kind of like blended right away. I mean, it was like we already knew each other.
Yes.
I mean, when we met, I really felt like we'd known each other for years.
Yes.
I had came to a event, Monique, one of your events, Monique, this year that you had did at Hometown Olathe Family Farms. And I came out that day. I just got up that day and I said, okay, there's days I go out because I promote a lot of small businesses and I definitely promote pop-up shopping events and put them up on my platforms. And I have been watching you for a while, and I was like, oh, I just love her vibe. I've got to get out and introduce myself to her. And so I got there, and it started raining. I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm so glad I came today. So It was like the perfect day, which was good because they still had a crowd. It was still fun. Everybody was in it, and we just kind of flew off everybody's vibe, but it was neat because I got to talk to people a little more intimately that day, and I love doing that. So that's where I met Ann and Monique both. They were working at that event, and so it was pretty cool, running into each other. So, so that's how we met.
We were glad to see you when you showed up. It was an eventful morning. Do you want to tell them a little bit about it?
If you've been thinking about making your own podcast like the one that you're watching or listening to right now, then JT Visuals is definitely the way to go. And that's JT Visuals without the I because there's more than meets the eye. Podcasts for business are popping like crazy. Everyone and their mom is starting a podcast. Why should you start one? Well, because the truth is it's actually still not too saturated. Not only do you get a show that's all about your business and bringing on guests and spotlighting them and stories, but you're also getting clips and media to put onto social media platforms. Whatever your vision is for your business that you want to accomplish and how you help people, social media is the outreach for that. And when you have a podcast show, it is the easiest way to get started and to conquer that social media that everyone's telling you you need to be doing. We will do everything, so all you have to do is help come up with topics in collaboration with us, show up for a couple hours, and then leave, and everything else is handled for you. We would love to have a quick call with you to see if podcasting is right for you and if JT Visuals is the way to go for you. Just go to our website at jtvisuals.com. That's jtvsuals.com. jtvsuals.com. And now back to the show.
So it was raining that day, and we had
Torrential downpour.
oh yeah, and we had an
torrential.
outside event, and so we were kind of eyeballing the weather the whole entire day, and then we just made a split decision, and thankfully they had another building that was open and available, so we ended up moving all the vendors that we had outside indoors, and it just worked out perfectly. So
Yeah, it did. It did. And it was fun. It was so fun. I remember encouraging you guys, let you know that's normal.
yes,
That things happen. And, I give you kudos because, I had not ever done a complete outdoor. Now, I've done part outdoor, indoor, but I had never done all the years I've done pop-up shopping events. That's one thing I was like, we live in Kansas. I'm already nervous enough.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am. I'm doing it this year. So, by the time this podcast comes out, I will have already had one going on the second one outside. So, but I'm doing that with Monique and Ann both and Taylor. We're all going to be doing one to show the power of collaboration. So, but anyhow, so when we met, we got together and it was just, we just kind of started vibing right away, seeing where our gifts kind of came together. And I think that's what's so important, is when you get together and you start seeing where one talent versus another talent, then, and see how they blend together. It works very, very well. So I don't know. Yeah. So anyhow.
I think that's great. So Monique and I met a few months prior to that. She and I think you had been watching her on social media. Her and I had been watching each other on social media. And she posted and just said, I am looking to collaborate. And I said, oh, I am as well. And Monique does more of the pop-ups, as you've heard. I do more of the business coaching. And so really, I want to help small businesses kind of like we talked about on the back end, just really with strategy and systems and profitability and things of that nature. So that's when we've just vendor shopped. And so that day you really came in, and I know you're working to be more the promoting and with your vendor biz teaching. And so that's like the best of both worlds. And so really that three-legged stool that we have going on is quite stable, I think, right?
Yes.
We're building a solid foundation. And that's been really, Monique is fast-paced. I'm fast-paced. And guess what? Kathy is fast-paced. So really, we are keeping up with each other, which is exciting. And I think that's what that power of synergy and the collaboration is really exciting.
oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. And it's a prayer answered. I had been praying for a team, first of all, and that has run as fast as I can run. People tell me, Kathy, do you ever sleep?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
You're in good company.
But yeah, it's we all we literally message each other. We have Voxer,
Midnight.
so we do Voxer,
Yeah.
we talk to each other, and so it'd be 2 a.m. I'll get an answer back, or sometimes I'll be up at 4 a.m. I get an answer back. I'm like, oh, this is my crew.
Yes.
Because we just don't ever know when we're gonna get sleep,
right.
but that's okay. But that's cool. I think that's one reason we blend. But it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's a whole lot of fun. But I really was looking for someone that had that, where we can be that complete, pack where it comes together. And literally, Monique is where you're going is where I came from. And I really needed someone to take that side of things. I wanted to be able to use my whole entire vendor, because I have a group with 6,000 vendors, and be able to make sure they're finding good events to be in. And so when I'm promoting those events and putting them on my platform, I also want to be able to share, I'm feeding them to businesses like yourself. And, I've worked with several companies before, and that's great. And it worked well too. But I just really feel a different synergy between us. And we'll talk about that in a minute when we come with collaboration. But I love that you're on the team now and taking that side of things so that I can literally promote more.
Yes.
So that I can take that promoting side. And that's where we're going to talk about finding those gifts that blend in your vision and where you're wanting to go is super important when it comes to collaboration. when we were doing this, I'm going to pull up my paper. I do every once in a while read
Yes.
off of a paper when it's super important. But because I knew I wasn't going to remember these statistics
That's right.
in my head. They're statistics. Who remembers statistics in their head? I don't know, but I don't. Anyway, so this is the reason, you're always talking about collaboration, why it's important. But why it's important, I don't think people really understand the stats behind it, that collaboration leads to 5 times higher performance among teams.
Wow.
And that was done at Harvard Business Review. So Harvard, that's one of the things I got. And another one is 70% of businesses say collaboration improves customer service.
Oh, yeah.
And that came straight from Forbes. And I know we can see that. Seeing that collaboration, it helps the customer have a better experience. And then strategic partnership boosts visibility, trust, and they reach faster than solo marketing. So definitely that visibility, trust, and reach, and you get where you're going a lot faster. And then we stay consistent and communicate clearly. So yeah, personal story. Oh, wait. I missed one. Personal stories of shared wins, combined events, and cross-promotion. So I think those are super important, especially those personal stories when you can share those shared wins. It just helps. I don't know about you, but does that help you when you hear about other people winning? And,
yeah.
And it kind of feels like, oh, I can do this too. Or even the struggles. I mean, not that you want anybody else struggling, but when you're collaborating and you come into a room and you start talking about, this is what I went through, then you don't feel all alone. I went through that too.
Yeah.
And then the thing I like to do is most, and that's where I really got into promoting, especially the pop-up shopping events where Vendor Biz kind of came about, was I didn't want people making the same mistake I did.
Yeah.
I already went through this. I don't want anybody else having the same struggle, having to have those same tears shed and all that kind of stuff, all the pain and I don't want to do this mistake again. I'm I want to keep you from doing that, you know? And so that's where my heart is when it comes to collaboration. But, yeah.
We've even seen that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You've even helped us. And I think you play off each other's energy because, if I'm going through something and Mo's having a good day, right? She can just help me and lift me up. And I think we've even seen that collaboration even with you two. You guys are really offering a great package to vendors for our August events.
Right.
And we've seen through my networking events, individuals come out and join Monique's vendor events. Now they're part of both of our communities and vice versa, right? Vendors that have gone that maybe need some coaching or some business advice are able to tap into me. And so again, just you on that next scale just feels we're fortunate that you're just pouring into us and that we did connect in the way we did.
Yeah. And so I think that's what, we really want to bring out today is, don't be scared to get out there and, find like-minded people, be a little vulnerable. It's not always easy when we have to admit that I don't know something. Okay. I know that that's hard. But, we get further when we can say, hey, I'm really strong. I've been working on a calendar for a long time. I want to say more than I was hoping it would be out last year.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But again, I have so much going on, and it's one of those dreams you kind of have in the background because it's not the most important thing, right? Mm-hmm. And so, but when you find somebody else who has that talent and runs Canva a whole lot better than you do, I do. I make great graphics and stuff. But when it comes to writing and different things, I wasn't as talented and gifted in that area. So when Ann came in my office that day, she shocked me because I was just telling her, I was like, I'm going to write this calendar and I want it to have this and I want it to have that. And I started telling her because I want it to be a calendar that's for not only vendors, but for people that network as well. Because I don't know about you, but if you go to some networking events or vendor shows, and then you have your other stuff that you're putting into your calendar, it's you have no room for it.
It's hard to keep it straight.
It's hard to keep it straight. And I like having those little slots where I can say, okay, this is a vendor event or this is a networking event that I'm going to. So I can kind of keep it straight and then write notes and all that kind of stuff. So in my mind, I had all this and I'm just talking away. And then we're working in the office together. She goes, "Hey, Kathy," and she flips her computer. "Is this what you're talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about." And then she goes, "You want to know something?" So she opens her journal. And I open, and she goes, "Come here, pull your journal over here," because we're both paper writers.
Yes,
Okay,
we're
now
paper.
sometimes I know everybody.
Digi's good.
Some digi's good.
Yeah,
Digital's
yeah.
good, but I'm still a
Have to have
paper
it.
girl. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're. I don't know. Drop in the comments
Clipboards.
below.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yeah.
We like our
Are you
clipboards.
a clipboard person? Are you? Do you write on paper still? Or are you all digital? Like, I mean, do you? I mean, and then I'm not gonna make you tell your age, but yeah, no, because I sometimes I think it's like all the younger ones I work with
Yeah.
are always on their phones, but that's cool. I just want to know. This will help
Yeah.
us with our calendar too.
yes.
But but let us know
You might
in
have
the
to teach us
comments.
something.
Let us know. Because anyway, so
Yeah.
we opened our calendars, and literally she had wrote the same stuff down that I had wrote. And then not only that, we had things that blended. For me on the promoter side and her on what I call the nuts and bolts. Like, you have to have the nuts and bolts in place in business. And then, of course, after you have those nuts and bolts in place, you have to be able to out there and sell yourself. Like, tell who I am. Get out there. Get in the networking. Get in the pop-up shops.
That's
So
right.
that's where
Yep.
Monique comes into play. And she's so organized. And finding someone who thinks and moves as fast as me and able to keep up with that is super cool. So now I feel like I got this strong team, and I
do.
feel like
Powerhouse.
Wonder Woman. It's pretty exciting. And so we just wanted to get on and do a whole episode on that, because I think it's important that, again, get out there and start meeting people, seeing where, where you want to go. You know your vision. You have it wrote down. You know where you're wanting to go. If not, make sure you come to one of our vision events that we're going to be coming up with vision boards and all that. She does a great class on that. And so come to some vendor biz workshops, and we'll get you showing where you can be promoted and get you plugged into Monique's pop-up shopping events. And there you'll probably find some great people that you can collaborate along with us. I mean, you can collaborate with us at any time as well. But I feel that it's important because you're going to go further.
Oh, yeah.
A lot further than. So tell me some experiences that you have seen. Monique, I know you have just come back out. So where has that been? I know you're very good and open to be like, I want to collaborate.
Yes.
And so how do you see that helping your business?
I just know that collaboration, it's three brains are better than one. And so, like you said earlier, just filling in those gaps, the skills. I might not know something, or I'm working on a project and I call Ann up and be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" So just having just another piece of eyes or another set of eyes and skills just really works together better than just working by yourself.
So true. Very true. And
it's lonely out there, right? And so you have to find your people, right?
Yeah.
And again, I think we've all been through experiences where we've tried to find our people, and this naturally, I think that's sort of the key here, is that we naturally came together, and we do have a business plan and a business model. This isn't just friends hanging out, right?
Yeah,
we are on
exactly.
point and on purpose. And so I know we were going to talk about the African proverb.
oh yeah.
Yes. But do you want to share it? Because I think we really liked that one.
Yes, it was. It says, if you want to go fast, wait, hold on. Let me get this up. I got to be able to see. I got my glasses on, y'all. Okay. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think that is it's true,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, are you ready? I mean, all of us want to get somewhere, right? And so you can get there twice as fast if you just, do it together. I think that's important. The market isn't too crowded. It just hasn't seen your vision yet.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing I say a lot. It just hasn't seen your vision yet. It's not oversaturated. I mean, a lot of times, people say that, well, I could have been like that. When I met Ann, okay, because, you're in business.
Yes. Yeah.
And it very well could have been like, oh, no. We still teach some of the same things. You do some stuff our content and cocktails.
Yeah.
You talk about content as well, because, of course, that's a business principle. So there's a lot of things that kind of cross. And I could have been like, well, she might take my people.
Right.
Or when it comes to Monique, she was so much like me and did my events that I could be like, well, I don't want to share my crowd. Like, I mean, she needs to go feel the same thing. Make it hard for her to build, get a crowd as it was for me. Or all my people will follow her and not follow me no more. Those are all these little things that run in your head that are just not true. I mean, there just isn't. I mean, there's enough for everyone. I tell this story a lot, and I know you guys have heard it, but, when my partner, Michelle, and I started, Casey Women's Events back in the day, we both were in health and nutrition.
Yeah.
I mean, we set our booth right next to each other and did not care. And I know, Monique, have you ever heard that people say, like, well, I don't want to be by her. She has the exact same product as I do. We hear that
a lot. Yeah, I do. And then that's what I have on my vendor shows is a lot of the vendors end up talking to each other. They end up changing their information, Maybe they'll have another vendor show together. Maybe they forgot something. They're using pens, pencils, It just all works all together. It's just such a positive
It's so much smoother when they do that.
Yeah.
And I think, it is great because then, I always think when you're collaborating, especially when you're talking about the vendor world, you're able to say, hey, I've never been to this event.
Yes.
What was your experience? Because, let's be honest, there's a lot of scammers out there.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some shows that just really aren't in it for the right reasons. We have a lot of powerful, good ones. I'm going to give kudos, Kansas City. You've got some great pop-up shopping events, amazing coordinators, all to you. But anytime there's something good, there's something bad. So you don't want to seclude and close yourself so much that you can't get that information from each other or even, go together, or, carpool together because it's going to cost you less, especially if you're traveling somewhere else. And then you have that power of collaboration in the car because I can't tell you how many times a vendor would ride with me. We'd go somewhere and we would talk and then, you just becoming like all of a sudden, all these strategies are coming out and things like that. So, like I said, Michelle and I back then, we would try to lead by an example that we both are in health and nutrition. But there was times I knew that my customer was going to get better results with her because they would fuse better. Like, I knew that they were just going to get along a lot better than maybe with me. And I would send them to her. Or there would be a product that she had that I really liked. And I would use my products and then add that one product she had with it. Because, of course, being a personal trainer, I knew that as much as you may think that one thing is the greatest and the best, no, there's still things that mix together, and there's always something better than yours. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
And I think that even helps within collaboration, knowing there's always going to be somebody better than you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the faster that we can come up with that and know, and then be not intimidated by that. Because, I don't know, back in the day, I don't know if y'all knew this. A lot of people don't know this. I ran track. Back in the day, in middle school going into high school, and I was on one of the fastest teams. Okay, but the person that was in front of you, you always had to I was the leg that ran to the last leg, and so but that would push me because I knew that I had to get that to the next person when we're doing a relay race because and those people that are coming by you will run a faster time. Well, there was this one girl on the track team, we all know, the one that's the fastest, right? I mean, just blows you out, like almost embarrassing blow you out, right? And you're like, okay, do I have to race against her? And so many people wouldn't, and I would be the first one to raise my hand. And the reason I'd want to race against her is because she'd make my time faster every single time. She made my time faster. Yeah. So I'd break my record every time running with her, even though she still blew me out. Yeah. The thing of it was I was going to at least break my neck trying.
Try harder.
You know? But the truth is, when you are running with fast-paced people, you are going to go faster. You are going to go further. And, and I think that challenge is good. Mm-hmm. I think that challenge is good, that positive challenge. So, that collaboration and coming together, I think is, we see that all the time.
And I think each in our own right are building a community, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's just interesting. You're building a community of vendors and community pop-ups. Mm-hmm. I'm building a smart business community. And you are just building your community of people that you can promote and teach. Mm-hmm. And so each of us independently are building a community, which is essentially collaboration, right? And so doesn't, surprise us that we're sitting here talking about that and,
Oh, yeah.
leads to the collaboration that we have going on.
And it'll go a lot farther, a lot further because of those gifts, of like, one of us doing one thing and it helps all of our business at one time. And so I think that's important to be able to find those people that do that, because especially when you're first getting started, because, a lot of times we only have so much budget, so we can't always hire someone in. So when you can find someone who has a talent that's different than yours, but you have something that you can give back in return, it becomes kind of a fair and even trade. And then you find that is, cool. So, yeah. So anyway, but I hope that helps some of you out there. But, we all believe in your businesses and, going further and collaborating. But I just, today I just thought, well, we got to get on here and talk about it because, I know we got, the Christmas season is getting ready to come into play. And gosh, I can't believe that we are almost, goodness, we're almost to the last quarter of the year.
Right.
And so I know a lot of us have those last minute goals that we want to meet by the end of the year. And so I thought, let's come on today and talk about a way that can just push you to that next level, of to get you to that last goal that you have for the year. So, yeah.
And now you've really met all of us.
Yeah.
You've met us a couple times. So thank you for having us on. And so now come to our events.
I know, that's
Introduce yourself to us. Let us know how you've met us. And really, we do desire that community. The same that we have going on is the support that we offer through our businesses. And so it's important that we just offer an invite to everybody to come to a networking event, to a pop-up, be a vendor, be a shopper, however it is. We want to see you.
That's so true. We do want to see you. And so with that said, let's say how they can follow us. So, Monique, where can people follow you and give us some?
So I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Most Sophisticated Events, and that is MO' and then Sophisticated Events.
Awesome. And I know you have some powerful ones coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I know, guys in the community, come on out and shop with those vendors at
Shop
the end.
local.
Shop local. Show some local love, KC. Because we've got a lot of great shows coming up, and Christmas season is coming up, so it is the perfect gifts, and we can support those small businesses. So definitely follow Monique, and Ann, tell us how we can follow you.
Awesome. Well, my social media platforms are Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and that is Business with Wisdom. I'm Ann Wisdom, so that is my last name. I fell by that very naturally. And also, you can check out www.businesswithwisdom.com, and that has just a ton of information on my website, my blogs there, and just great information about the services that I provide.
Awesome. And I know you've got some powerful trainings coming up, so
Yes.
make sure you follow and look. And then we have some together, both of us.
Oh, yeah.
We have some events
Yes.
coming up because we have some events coming together, and we have some events coming together, and then we have some events with all three of us
That's
in there
right.
together. So you definitely don't want to miss those. You can always see that at Kathy Coates Events. That's where you're going to find a lot of promoting for small businesses, places to go eat, places to shop with, local events to go to, whether that be festivals or pop-up shopping event. You definitely want to follow there. If you're a business, come to Knowledge Networking.
Yes.
That's a place to find out where the next workshop will be, or the next networking event. That way you can get plugged in and come collaborate. We welcome you to come collaborate with us. And so that's a great place to follow us. And of course, please go to Be Life Changers and follow and like and share so we can grow that community and just keep shouting out more local businesses so that you know who to support, you know where to support, and you guys also know who to connect with,
Yes.
who to go collaborate with. So I hope that I'm a powerful source and able to show you those spots. So thank you for tuning in to this one. Until the next episode, you guys have a wonderful week, month, and we'll see you soon.